Yeah. Uh. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh. And it's the daily. My friends tell me not to be so serious, but this is serious. My friends tell me not to be so serious, but this thing is real serious. We got to get into something. We got to get into something different tonight. Oh, this is real. A very real. So this is the Daily Go Getimism show. But tonight we doing it like it's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Because we got to talk about, so let's cover this ground. And here we go. Yes. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism show, we're talking about the coronavirus. You know, I hate to do current events. I really do. But this thing is different. And it has my attention. And not too many current events get my attention, but this one has my attention all the way. I'm not normally affected by a lot of things that happen in the media, but this one has affected me, and this the truth. So let's get into it. Yo, yeah, and it's the daily Go Getimism show. So we can't really look the other way on this one. This one is it's making us stare it right in the face, and there's nowhere to go. So we're going to be talking about the coronavirus tonight. The coronavirus. And I understand if y'all really don't want to get into this thing, but there's no way out now. Because whether you work or go to school, you can't ignore this thing. It's like a train wreck. You ain't going to be able to turn away. They shutting things down. And we need to see what that's about. We need to see how it's going to affect us. And when I say us, y'all I mean us. You know the truth, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because just like in all things governmental, we often get the short end of the stick. But they may even the playing ground on this one. But we're going to see, though. We're going to see. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's right now. How y'all feeling tonight, man? I hope that otherwise everybody's feeling great, and I'm definitely not going to hate because I never do. So let's get this thing popping. Let me put this phone number in here because y'all might want to talk it up a little bit. I might want to talk it up a little bit tonight. Hey, T. Carey Wright is all up in the house. How you feeling, ma? And S. Cook, yo, thanks for coming through. Y'all are my foundation, Emily Dunlap Nation. And my big sis, Robin Ming. She's here, ready to do the thing. So what we're going to have to do tonight is we're going to have to teach a little something tonight, and we're going to have to learn a little something tonight. This is not something that we can ignore. This is not something that happens on the West Coast or something that happens overseas or something that happens to nothing but people who live deep in the hood or in the ghetto or out in the burbs or, you know, in affluent neighborhoods. This is something that so far, we're not going to really be able to get around. So I think it's time for us to look at it in the Daily Go Getimism way, which means that we get to say what we want to say and say how we feel about it. And really, really represent that to the fullest. So we are here to do exactly that, you know, tonight on the Daily Go Getimism show. Yeah, I would love to be, playing around tonight and having fun. And there's nothing to say that we won't have a little fun too. But this is a serious situation. It is. This is very, very serious. You know, when we start talking about the health of our communities and when we start talking about our monetary health, our financial health. So we can talk about health on a whole lot of different levels. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the Daily Go Getimism show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. Listen. First of all, I want to give a disclaimer, and I want to make a small apology. I want to apologize because I know that a lot of people may come to this show to escape having to hear about all of this death and despair and fear and warnings and apprehension and tension and stress and depression and the dark realities of life. I know that many of us come to this show to escape all of that. And I would love to be able to escape all of that. However, we are in a position where, you know how normally, unless you are a person who plays the stock market, you don't really give a shit about it because you don't understand how it works. And you don't normally have to understand how it works when you're not benefiting from it, because they use the stock market to measure the economy of a place like the United States. When the stock market is high, we say that the economy is good. And it really just means that you've been going out there spending all your money, shopping till you're dropping and you got it financially popping. When you save your money, when you are conserving your money, when you are being stingy towards businesses, then the economy goes down. So I'm saying that to say that you are not counted. You are not counted when it comes to the stock market in terms of the benefits of you to you financially. Your pension is not factored into the stock market. Your paycheck is not factored into the stock market. Your savings is not factored into the stock market. Your education is not factored into the stock market. Your health is not factored into the stock market. Your is not factored into the stock market. Your community endeavors and your community agenda is not factored into the stock market. They don't care about any of that. When the stock market is high, it means that corporations that make billions of dollars are making more billions of dollars. And if you want to invest in those businesses, then you can play the stock market. You can play the stock market for relatively cheap. Now, your return is a gamble. It's like playing roulette. It's literally like playing roulette. You can try to target businesses and use your intuition or your financial intuition or acumen, expertise, if you will, to seek out businesses that are on their way up. See, the way you benefit financially from the stock market is you find businesses that are on the rise, and then you invest in them for a little bit of money. And all of a sudden you become a millionaire. Well, that's what they would like you to believe, but it doesn't exactly work that way. But if you keep your money in that on those futures or on those commodities, and they start to experience a surge in their sales, then you do benefit. And if you sell that stock, you can sell it for a way higher price than you bought it from, and voila, you good to go. You could start all over. It's like flipping houses, sort of, but you have no control over the market. Okay. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita, is all up in the house. We missed you yesterday. We missed you. Don't you know? We missed you yesterday. We missed you. Emily says, we can't help but to get into it. It's happening whether we want it to or not. Exactly. So I was just going to the whole stock market thing because what we are experiencing now is different than us just being afraid to catch a disease. What we are experiencing right now is the total shutdown of businesses, schools, social functions, outdoor social functions are being canceled. And we have to take into consideration that people work in those places that we are told not to go into. If we can't go to work, how are we going to get paid? See, we're all going to get a wake-up call when it comes to this thing because we're going to get an education that we will not soon forget because of this whole pandemic. We're going to find out that your job is valuable. And you're going to find out how valuable it is. For people who think that they have a job just because they need a job, they're going to find out the truth. They're going to find out that when money is not coming in, you're out of here. They start at the bottom and work their way up when it's a situation like this. They never start from the top salaries, and work their way down. Doesn't work that way. So they start at the little people and they work their way up. Sometimes that's okay with you because you may not be what they call essential personnel. Essential personnel are people who do the cooking and the cleaning. The people who it's not going to cost a whole lot of money to pay, but who can hold the fort down. But they will shrink the labor force of people that they have to do that because they figure if they don't have any customers and they don't have anybody there to be taken care of, then after y'all finish shoveling the snow, cleaning, washing everything down and cleaning up the shit, take your ass on home. So the title of this show is called The Difference Between the Coronavirus and All the Other Ones. Many of you can already see the difference between the coronavirus and all the other ones because we are seeing the difference. I've never seen any disease, including AIDS, including bird flu, including H1N1, including SARS, including any of these diseases that came out, Ebola, whatever. I've never seen it to where they were telling people not to come to work, even though they don't have it. I've never seen a situation where people were quarantined. I've never seen that. If y'all have seen it, tell me where you've seen it. Because I'm ready to pick up my history books and ask you to show me where. I've never seen anything like that. It's not your day off, but you have to take some days off because they telling their customers, don't come in and spend your money. It's too dangerous. And we could be held liable for bringing you into our place of business and putting you at risk for catching the virus that you could sue us for as a business. And we can't risk anybody from outside coming into our places of business, infecting our employees to whereas they can get workman's comp and sue us because we put them in unsanitary, unsafe conditions. I've never seen a situation like this. I've never seen it. Never seen it. Never. Pamela Johnson Lee. Pamela, how could you? Man, I ain't seen you in a month of Mondays. I ain't seen you in a month of Mondays, but I'm glad to see you on a Thursday. That's my word. Emily says, someone I used to work with said his 401k is going down. Is that because of this coronavirus? As Cook says, stock market is declining. Yeah, now is a good time. I can send a link. Yeah, you can buy for cheap right now. But okay. But see, my biggest concern is the financial and the social impact, because this thing is going to hit hard later on in the show. Well, as the show progresses, we're going to get into the other social things, social and political ramifications that are associated with this situation. It's going down. It's going down. But one of the reasons why we can't look the other way on this thing is because we are seeing how it affects us directly. Where I work, it has the difference between today and 2 weeks ago is like night and day. It's like air and water, or maybe fire and water. It was all good 2 weeks ago. We was today it's like, oh shit. On the cartoons, remember the old cartoons? On cartoons, they always talking about eating. They always talking about poverty. They always talking about being hungry. And I remember this episode of, I think it was Chilly Willy. And on Chilly Willy, he used to come on with Woody Woodpecker and all that kind of shit. Anyway, he had just ate. And then when he found out that he wasn't going to, that all the food had been eaten and he wasn't going to be able to eat in a while, his belt went from full to E, just like that. And that's almost what it feels like. In the industry that I work in, we depend on people coming to our place of business to rent space and do their thing. Social big functions. Not no small functions. Not no, 100 people. To y'all, that might not be a small function. But we depend on events that carry, at least 1,000 people or much more. Not just in one day, over a period of time that the event is running. So we can, and today it's like events are canceling left and right. Left and right. It's serious. So with that being said, I, just like a lot of other people, have to start taking our future into serious consideration. This is not a joke. I could end up like Chilly Willy at any time right now. So, and that's not to say anything about the social impact. They're telling you not to go around your friends, don't go around your family, don't go to where people are that you know. Don't go to school. Man, they closing colleges down. It's crazy. They telling the college students, no, don't come in. Don't go to class. We'll talk about graduation later. I know you were supposed to be graduating this year. You know what I mean? But we don't know about that ceremony. The class of 2020 might have to wait till the class of 2021 in order to walk. That's what we're working with right now. The NBA, the National Basketball Association, shut down for the rest of the season, and the playoffs were on their way. The NHL playoffs were on their way. They're telling fans, don't come to the games. We'll still play the games, but don't come. No crowd. We ain't letting y'all in. We shutting the doors. This is wild. This is real wild. You understand what I'm saying? So, see YouTuber. What's going on, see YouTuber? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming through. Yes, I do. Robbie Ming says, So is it true that you're quarantined? That if you're quarantined and if you're quarantined in your home or hospitals, how are you going to pay? How are we going to pay our bills? There are a lot of questions like the one you just asked, and really, the question is when I foresee what's about to come through, I don't even think that paying your bills will be something that you'll have to worry about. Because the people that you pay bills to won't be able to have anybody there to accept the checks either. They may not have anybody available to work the servers. This shit is, you won't have to worry about going to work because nobody else will be able to go to work either. We haven't had a recession since I think the Bush era, and I mean H.W. Bush, and none of us have lived through a depression when the stock market totally crashes and it's on its way to doing just that. But like I said, I'm worried about the social and socio-economic and political impact of it, because it looks to me like we're headed towards martial law. It looks like when they're calling it a quarantine. So if it's a quarantine, that means that you are forced to stay in your home to avoid contracting a disease or sickness or illness. But martial law is when you have all of your when you're forced to stay at home, you can't come out. There's a curfew placed on you, and all your civil liberties are stripped of you. So what's the difference? What's the point in having civil liberties if you're confined to your homes, and if you're caught out there on the streets, you risk being arrested or shot? I don't see a difference. And for and many people, many of our people in particular, don't believe that we're headed towards martial law. Well, if you understand governments and you understand your history and you understand the military, it ain't so hard to understand, and it's definitely not hard to fathom. Not at all. But let's take it back to 2015. Shall we? Shall we? Picture it. It was the year 2015. And Pope, what's his name? Pope Latino. Pope Latino came to the city of Philadelphia, and they sectioned off the whole center city portion of Philadelphia, starting at Spring Garden Street, which is not exactly downtown. They call it downtown now, and our downtown is actually Center City. But you know what I mean. If you live uptown, and it didn't used to be a such thing as uptown either, but uptown is farther than North Philly. Now, how can you go higher than North Philly? Well, the way that our city's set up, you can actually do that. But anyway, so they sectioned off Spring Garden Street all the way to Market Street and over to the Art Museum area. Now, the Art Museum area is a place that most people can relate to if they've seen the movie Rocky. If they've seen the Rocky movies, then you know what the Art Museum area kind of looks like. At least you know what it looks like in the movies. It actually looks different than that. But anyway, if they removed all of the homeless, they removed all of it. In order to get into that area, you had to be searched, checked, relieved of all of any weapons. You had to show ID, and if you refused or if you were caught in that area and you were unauthorized, then you risked being arrested and being accosted by the police. And nobody in the city bitched about that. They didn't bitch about that. Our mayor at the time was Mayor Michael Nutter. Michael Nutter attended a prestigious Catholic high school called St. Joseph's Prep. St. Joe's Prep. Not St. Joseph, not St. Joe's University, but St. Joe's Prep. Very prestigious high school, private school, Catholic. And from what I understand, Mayor Nutter is a Jesuit. A Jesuit. For people who have studied Catholicism or have taken religion class, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so he allowed this travesty to go down for the Pope. The Pope, this is not the Vatican. The city of Philadelphia has no particular interest in accommodating the Pope, but they did it. And they did it and this is not the first time that the Pope has come to Philadelphia, but they took security measures to lock down the city. You couldn't come within those city limits. These are public streets. And it happened for a whole weekend, an entire weekend. And to me, it was just a test. It was a test to see if we would go for it, and we went for it. And I said back then, that was a martial law test, y'all. That was a martial law test, and we failed. Watch. We're going to see it again. Next time, it will be martial law for real. And it ain't going to be sweet. Well, what have we here in the year 2020, 5 years later? Well, I'll be damned. I might as well tell you who I am. I am the capital Lyte. Anyway. So as we look at this thing, and we contemplate what it's going to be like if we get quarantined, aka martial law. Well, how is that going to affect you? Will you be able to get out and get food? In the city I live in, as soon as they start talking about snow or a bad storm of any kind, people flood the supermarkets, aka the grocery stores, and buy up everything like we're going to be down forever. As Cook says, my mom said this was coming. Wish she was alive to discuss. I hear that. This is a very good conversation. Robbie says, one that is needed to be told. Good looking out. Did anyone see the video of the National Guard in Fairmount Park? I didn't see it. Is that now or back then when the Pope came? Because Pamela Johnson, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me not get it twisted. Because something makes me want to think that you went to Cardinal Doherty. But I don't know that. So let me back up off of that. Why do I think you went to Doherty? Why do I think that? I don't know. As Cook says, I remember that. This is a test, only a test. Yeah, all right. Pamela Johnson Lee says, my son was talking about martial law as well, and he said that it was a video posted today. Robert Ming says, is this like The Purge? Something like that. I believe it was current, but I haven't seen it yet. Oh, you went to West Catholic. You always say that. Yeah, West Catholic. Yeah, West Catholic. Yeah, that one. Yeah, West girls. West Catholic girls. Yeah, I tell you, those Catholics believe in keeping the sexes apart, don't they? They believe in it in school. You know what I'm saying? But my bad. I ain't mean to get your alma mater messed up. And I do keep goofing that up. Maybe there's something that makes me only see Catholic schools on this side. Like you can't West Catholic. What you talking about? My bad, my bad. I got you. But yeah. So so let's talk for a minute about, you know, how this will impact us. If your job shut down or if you get laid off, somehow we'll have to rely on the government for assistance, whether it's in the form of welfare like food stamps and a little check or unemployment. Unemployment, won't the people in that work in the unemployment department, they'll be on unemployment too, won't they? See, we're not taking into consideration. I don't think people really understand that there ain't going to be no money out here. Ain't gonna be no money. And until they get this thing stabilized, see, we haven't tested people in the United States. I saw the craziest thing today. I went to the Chinese restaurant to get me some angel hair noodles. And the lady who the Asian, I don't like, wait, I know I stopped calling chinks Asians because, like why they get to be Asians? Why do we think Asians look like this, slanted eyes and whatever, when India is in Asia, Afghanistan is in Asia, Pakistan is in Asia, Indonesia is in Asia, Iraq is in Asia. Russia is in Asia all the way. They try to say that shit is in Europe. Where? Anyway, all those other countries in Asia. So I'm through with calling Oriental people Asians. I'm done with that. When I see an Indian, I'll be like, yeah, he's Asian. If I see an Afghan, yeah, he's Asian. Pakistan, yeah, they're Asian. Kazakhstan, yeah. Yes. He's on Kazakhstan and he's Asian. Okay, anyway, let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep Let's keep it moving. So if we're unable to make any money and we're confined to our homes, it sounds good. Like, okay, well, I'm not, it don't sound good, but like maybe the benefits to it is that we'll get to spend more time with our family. Many of us don't spend time with our family or don't have time to the way we would like to dedicate ourselves to. So, okay, so you get to spend some time with your peeps, spend some time with your peeps, but y'all gonna be in there broke. And who knows how long it will be before they come up with some type of vaccine. And many people like me are not down to take the vaccine. If I don't got it, you're not going to shoot it in me and then tell me everything is going to be all right and everything is going to be all right. Take the shot. I'm not with all of that. I refuse to get a flu shot, and I'll be goddamn if I get this this other shot. But I'm not gonna lie. I just said that I'll be goddamn if I do it. But actually, I'm thinking about it like, look, man. I know that the government is trying to get that RFID chip inside of us, but something got to give. And this will be a really great way for them to put a stronghold on us. This would be a hell of a way for them to be like, yeah, I know you was resistant to I know you was resistant to, getting this shot. You a real conspiracy theorist and everything like that. You pro-black and all of that. You be telling your people to watch out for the conspiracies that are here to destroy you and your community and your people, your family, and your futures. I know. But this is what we gonna do. We gonna beat the shit out of your ass and strangle y'all until you need air. Until you're gasping for air. And you know how hard it is, how stressful it is to not be able to breathe. When your breaths are really short. You know what I'm saying? You ever have like a bad asthma attack? or have you ever had pneumonia and your air your breaths are like, you ever been scared to go to sleep because you knew that you weren't getting enough air and enough oxygen to your brain, so you figured you was going to die if you fell asleep? Well, that's what it's going to be like for y'all black people. So, all y'all revolutionaries, all y'all conscious brothers and sisters out there, all you freedom fighters, y'all going to take this chip. Or you're not going to be here for your family. Yeah, I know. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Well, yeah, you better stand, put your arm out, and take this shot. Yeah. Because we going to make it so bad for you that you'll be dying to get this shot. Just so you could go outside. Dying to get this shot. Just so you can make a couple of dollars. Dying to get this shot. So you can get your table turned on. I said, dying to get this shot. So you can finally go over to your people's house. I said, dying to get this shot. Just so you can mingle with your people and see them again. I said, dying to get this shot. Just so you can see the sunshine and the flowers rise. I said, dying to get this shot. Just so you can enjoy daylight savings time. I said, dying to get this shot. So Rita's water ice will open up and you can get a tree. I said, dying to get this shot. Just so you can go to Denise's and get a piece of cake. I said, dying to get this shot. Just so you can go to Walmart and shop. Dying to get this shot. So you can slowly come out the house, out the basement, and everything. I said, dying to get this shot. So you can stop feeling so damn sick, so damn bad. I said, dying to get this shot. That's what it's going to be like. Now, if y'all don't see it that way, I kind of understand, because sometimes you gotta mush certain people's heads in the shit in order for them to smell it. You gotta mush it. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not paying attention. If this shit don't wake us the fuck up, nothing will. A lot of people don't listen until the pain comes. Even when the pain comes, they don't listen until the money stop coming. Now you talk about a situation where the pain may come and the money gonna stop, and that's gonna cause nothing but more pain and more poverty. And many of us have already come from that situation, and we ain't trying to go back. So what the guan do? I said, 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 what the. See, YouTuber said, drop that beat. Dead serious though, man. See, YouTuber says, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Robin Ming says the hospitals and doctors want to call them. They just don't want you to come in. As Cook says, a lot of pregnancies. Those are going to be home pregnancies. You know what I mean? I hope y'all been watching enough PBS specials. Y'all better break out your YouTube if you can afford your internet. You know what I'm saying? To find out how to deliver that baby. Like how to become a midwife overnight. I said how to become a midwife overnight. I said how to become a midwife overnight. I said I gotta do something to bring life. I said how to become a midwife overnight. Gotta live this baby, live it tonight. I said how to become a midwife overnight. I gotta deliver my baby and she coming tonight. What if it's premature? You're not sure how to do that shit. It wasn't in the brochure. You ain't going to be able to do it yourself. You got to get a C-section. Bad for your health. Word. You know that it's coming. Shit is crazy, yo. You know that the government is crazy, yo. Come on, man. All right. Omar is my therapist for woman problems. Subscriber since day one. Who is C YouTuber? What's your name? That's what's up, though. No shot from me. It's a setup. Word up, Carrie. But I mean, they putting us in a position, a very, very compromising position where we may not be in a position to say no. Because, they say, well, you know what I mean? We got to die of something. And, you should always have something that you're willing to die for. I say there shouldn't be anything in this world that you should want to die for or be willing to die for. There should be everything in the world that you would be willing to fight for your life for, fight for the life for, fight for your life for, fight for the life for. I'm not willing to die for shit, but I'm willing to live for a variety of causes. And my daddy and my sisters and my brothers and my baby and my cousins and my friends and my loved ones and my future and my past and my present. I will fight for all of that shit. And if it results in death, then that's a byproduct or a consequence of my fight to live. But I'm not laying down and dying for shit. I'll kill for something, but I ain't dying for it. Okay, me either, Robin. Emily says, they gave me some in hospital, and believe me, I didn't take it. I didn't ask 20 questions. I was on 40 questions. Break it down. Stop with all the book talk and just talk. I gotta look for what Robin said. Oh, she said, I'm not taking no shots. Okay. Yes, that chip. Okay, here, take this. All right. All right. Paula Johnson says, I'm not sharing bodily fluids with anyone right now. Yo, is that my girl Angela Lioness Jackson? Is that Angela Lioness Jackson? My people then finally came through. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for coming through, my real crew. Thanks for coming through. I'm so glad to see you. See, we over here now. You know what I mean? We won't be back on the thing. Oh, Amish comedian. That can't be a good thing. I wonder if they was calling. Trying to get on here and do some stupid. Every time we talk about something serious, they try to call in and bomb the show. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all love, baby. We are talking about the difference between the coronavirus and all the other viruses. Now, on the information side of things, all of the other diseases, all of the other viral diseases that were similar to the flu were not as deadly as what they say this coronavirus is. They say that it's 10 times as deadly as the flu. 10 times as deadly as influenza? Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Smash the like button. Hit the like button. Mash the like button. Push the like button. I mean, like, yeah, push it. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. Robbie Mink says, so tell me, Omar, what are they going to drag us out of? What are they going to do? Drag us out of our home and just to give us the shot without our consent? Not necessarily, but they may put you in a position where they will not allow you to come out of your home unless you get the shot. So they may come to your home and administer the shot, so they can get you to sign off on having received the shot. So now you can go outside and play and live life. You know, so now then after that, then you can go out and enjoy your poverty, death, and destruction and despair, and this and wage disparity. You know, the good life. What is the RFID chip?
According to Wikipedia, radio frequency identification uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects.
Woo-wee! Radio frequency identification is what RFID stands for. Radio frequency identification. So wherever you are in the world, they know where the fuck you are. You can't lie about who you are. You can't change your name. They don't need your prints. They don't need nothing. Because since they put that shit up in your bloodstream, they got it in your cell and molecular structure. Your ass is dead and done because they fucked you. All right. What is RFID chip for humans? The human microchip implant is typically an identifying integrated circuit device or RFID transponder encased in silicate glass and implanted in the body of a human being. What if you refuse the RFID chip? And here's the best part. If you refuse to be implanted with the RFID chip, the government will deactivate your chip and you will have nothing. No social security, no birth certificate, no money, no nothing. Without the RFID chip, as far as the government is concerned, you do not exist and cannot be an American citizen. Ooh, this is stop the implementation of the RFID microchip. The UN and USA are trying to implement a law that requires everyone worldwide to be implanted with the RFID microchip. They're trying to make it out to be a good thing for us, stating that it will make life easier and also reduce crime because no one will be able to make or move or speak a word without the government knowing about it. However, this chip is just another method of government control and a step closer to the New World Order. With this RFID chip, all of our money, information, medical history, and everything will be programmed into this chip. No more social security cards, birth certificates, ID cards, driver's licenses, credit, debit cards, bank accounts, or anything. All of the information will be on the implanted RFID chip, and the government will have the right to withdraw money from your RFID implant for the money you owe them at any time they want, with or without your consent or knowledge. This will also enable the government to track you at any given moment for any reason, with or without, again, your consent or knowledge. The RFID chip also has a microphone so that the government can drop in and listen to you at any time, anywhere, or for any reason. And you guessed it, without your consent or knowledge. And here's the best part: if you, all right. Now, see, a lot of people think that this is bullshit. They think that this is just conjecture. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Diallo. I'm gonna put this in the comments, and y'all can decide for yourselves. Decide for yourselves. At least you understand how other people are thinking out there, if nothing else. So check that out. All right. S. Cook says, a customer called me today and said this has been around since 1970. Yes, they have been tooling around with it since then. Angela Jackson says, yes, it's me, Omar. Sorry, I'm late coming through. Ben had a lot going on lately. I know how it be, mama. I'm just glad to see you. True. See, YouTuber says, I heard they started here with pets. Okay. See, Carrie Wright says, yep, my pets have the chip. Yeah, I ain't letting nobody do that to my animals. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Look, if Crystal get lost out there, I'ma just go shake the treat bag and she'll come a running. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm like, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. You ain't gonna be testing on mine. That's why this is the year of the census. I refuse to put it in my cats. I understand, see, YouTuber. TK Wright says, yesterday I received my census in the mail yesterday. Emily says, basically back to being slaves, just in a different way than our ancestors. This is the difference, though. This is the difference. See, this RFID thing, it ain't a black thing. And this quarantine, martial law thing, this ain't a black thing. This is more of an economic thing. You ain't rich, you ain't part of the elite, then you don't count. That's how they doing this. They say that there are too many people in the world and that they need to reduce the population. It's basically the stupidest thing I ever heard, but that's what they say. That's what they say is going on. New World Order. Now, we know that we have all of this space out there on the West Coast. Those states are big as hell, and they don't have nobody that live out there. States like Montana, North and South Dakota, Idaho, what are those other big Nebraska. Well, Nebraska ain't all that big. It's kind of big, you know. But those states out there, well, Nebraska is considered Midwest. But anyway, those states out there are big. Kansas is a big state, but that's considered to be the Midwest too. I don't know. That's kind of far with it. Yeah, but anyway, they're saying that there are too many people in the world. But we have all of this room that we're not utilizing. But see, we could try to rationalize and try to intellectualize and try to figure this thing out all we want. You know what the real problem is? The real problem is the real solution. We have to increase our understanding, and we lack understanding at the same time. But understand this: greed doesn't look for logic. There is no logic in greed. Just know that a greedy person will eat and eat and eat even after they're full. They will eat and eat and eat more. They will eat and eat and eat and eat. Greed has a voracious appetite, and it's insatiable, and you cannot cut it off. So while our broke asses, our high 5-figure, mid 5-figure, low 6-figure making asses are saying, we actually believe that there's a such thing as having enough money to take to last for the rest of our lives. People who are greedy are like, y'all must be crazy. No, I need another billion and another billion and another billion and another billion after that, another billion after that. One more billion ain't going to hurt nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That's where we are. That's where we are when we're talking about greed. So that's all you really have to understand when it comes to greed. It wants to eat more than what is fed, and you will never be able to feed it to where it has had enough. It's like a crack addiction. You can never smoke crack to the point where you don't want any more crack. There's no such thing as that. So the same way that you will smoke crack until there's no more crack to smoke and you can't even rob anybody anymore, You can't steal anymore. You have depleted everything. Greed is the same way. It's still looking for another bite to eat. Understand that. The Vanderbilts. Understand that. The Rothschilds. Understand that. The JP Morgans. Understand that. The Rockefellers. Understand that. The Carnegie. Even though Andrew Carnegie gave a lot of money to charity, fuck out of here. He monopolized the whole goddamn railroad industry. Are you crazy? Can't nobody make no money off the railroad? He had more money than the government. Can you imagine this shit? He had more money than the government, yo. Okay. Y'all believe me? Y'all believe me? Let me put that link back in the joint before I go to the next. Let's see. Like the wealth that the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the JP Morgans, the Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, the kind of wealth that they had back in the day, we will never see wealth that will challenge those numbers ever again. Ever. And this is the difference. Okay, so let's go back. How much was Andrew Carnegie worth?
Here's a summary from Forbes. It was the height of the Gilded Age in 1889, and Andrew Carnegie laid out why he would be donating the bulk of his wealth, an estimated $350 million.
Okay. At the height, it was the height of the Gilded Age in 1889, and Andrew Carnegie, a pioneer in the steel industry, that's what the railroads were made of, laid out why he would be donating the bulk of his wealth, an estimated $350 million. Do you know how much $350 million was back then? I mean, it's unfathomable. It says 350 million was worth about 4.8 billion today, and that was in 2014. Holla back. In his final years, Carnegie's net worth was 475 million, but by the time of his death, he donated 30 million. Wait. He donated 335. Wait a minute. I thought he was a billionaire. Wait a minute. Mansa Musa, the value of Mansa Musa won, I guess, at an estimated value of 400 billion of Mali, is the richest person who ever lived. Born in 1280, Mansa Musa was the ruler of the Malian Empire and acquired the most part of his wealth from production of trade of salt and gold, more than half of the world's supply at the time. In fact, good Lord. Cornelius Vanderbilt is worth 202 billion today. God damn. Bill Gates could be the world's first trillionaire by 2042. I'm done. All right, man. Holla back. Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. I could have sworn they had $1 billion. I could have sworn Andrew Carnegie had $1 billion. I don't know. I don't know. Even though, like I said, in terms of inflation and the cost of living, nobody was even close to as rich as he was. Okay. TK right says the feds are talking about injecting 1.5 trillion on his to prevent I don't know, to prevent unusual disruption in the market. Population control. Yeah, I mean, as much as I would love for it to be, I don't really want it to be a black thing, but as much as I would love to uncover, like, yo, it's a black thing, it's not. Everybody is going. This is going to affect everybody who is not part of the status quo. This is going to affect everybody who ain't getting it like that. They don't care. I mean, this is seriously going down. This is, man, listen. If this plays out the way it's on the track to play out right now, this is going to change our lives for forever. I had to keep myself from saying for good because they ain't nothing good about this. This is terrible. All the way terrible. So, but that's the difference between the coronavirus and all the other illnesses, all the other diseases. Anything. None of those things had martial law types of threats or ramifications or those types of there's a word I'm looking for. My vocabulary has been sucking lately. You know what I mean? It really has. It really has. Man. Man, they got a picture of Bobby Brown's first, second album, and he has he has a mask over his face, and it's the song Rona instead of Roni, Tenderona, like Corona. By the way, speaking of mask, the lady at the Chinese restaurant earlier had on a mask and rubber gloves. I'm like, well, ain't this some shit? Who you protecting yourself from? You behind that bulletproof glass. I was offended. You know what I mean? I should have spit on the money and passed it to her. Like, you gonna turn down that money? Like, now you a germaphobe? Shouldn't I be the one running? Look, I'm not stereotyping you. You stereotyping me? Well, the nerve of you. The nerve of her. She did. She had on a mask. I was like, I wasn't ready for all that. She was wilding. She was wilding. But that's where we are. People are scared, man. People are scared. And they have reason to be. Man, I wish somebody would have called in today. That would have been great. But it's all good. We about to get on about it here. Man. But I just want y'all to take the things that we talked about tonight. Take heed. Knowledge is power, and I want y'all to be in search of power. Power beyond belief. Beyond belief. You understand what I'm saying? Beyond belief. This shit is real. This shit is extremely real. All right, man. Let's keep it moving. So wait, before we get ready to get on about it here, I need to try to offer some solutions. So let's do this. I'm not a doctor or practitioner of any kind. I'm not associated with the health field, but I'll say this. In times like this, if you can't unify with your people, at least unify with your people. If you can't unify with your people, your skin folk, who you may not consider to be your kinfolk, well, then at least unify with your kinfolk. It's times like these that we have to take our lives into serious consideration and not take any life for granted. We already know that diseases like cancer and diabetes and heart disease and even the flu takes millions and millions of lives every year. Well, it's not really a problem until it starts to hit home. Well, this coronavirus thing is hitting home for us financially and socially already. This may be the safest way for us to communicate with each other, but it doesn't have to be the safest way for you to communicate with your people, your loved ones. Make sure that the people around you know that you love them, and make sure that the love and guidance and instruction and ideas that you give to each other are things that will soothe you. Don't immerse yourself and engulf yourself into the news, because it's just going to heighten your sense of anxiety and basically allow the media to win a war before any shot was ever any bullet was ever shot or any punch was ever thrown. That's not to say that the seriousness of this disease is something to be ignored. I'm not going to come up here like Donald Trump and not prepare y'all for what's going on. If anything, I want to over prepare y'all for what this has the potential to do to us financially and socially. So build with your people. Find out what they know. If you know people in the medical industry, ask them questions. Get them to talk to your people. In this last ditch effort to be able to congregate. Find out what your options are. Get some insider information. Find out what they know and find out what we can do to protect ourselves. Find out what the risks are. Find out if there have been any new developments as far as testing is concerned and as far as our health is concerned. Look up Dr. Sebi or any other health naturopathic health practitioner and see what they have to say. Eat your fruits and your vegetables. Overload yourself on produce and stop cooking that shit. Eat it raw. Make sure that you get all the vegetables. I mean, make sure you get all of the minerals, all of the health benefits of what you're going to eat. Cut back on any destructive lifestyle that you may be leading. This ain't a sexually transmitted disease. If you were looking for a bright spot, that's one of them. But shit, they saying you can get it by just touching somebody. It ain't gotta be like, damn. I knew you could get a mono by kissing, but damn, not on the cheek. So, increase your knowledge of what's happening around you and take yourself back to school. Like I said, knowledge is power. And make sure that you get all of it that you can. But protect yourself, arm yourself, start medicating yourself before anything happens. And I don't mean medicating yourself with pills, herbs, produce, things that give you life. The reason that fruits and vegetables are so valuable is because they are alive, and living things give birth to living things, and living things help to prolong life. Whereas the things that are dead aid in taking life. I mean, what else can they do? You eat a zombie, you become a zombie. You eat something that's alive, well, give it a shot. And give it a shot to the nth degree. But like I said, don't park yourself in front of the TV and scare the shit out of yourself. There are going to be new and really, really disturbing developments coming forth. You still have to do whatever is necessary in order to stay positive. And one of the ways that you can do that is arming yourself with knowledge, arming yourself with armor, internal armor, which is the food that you eat. The food that you eat is the medicine, and it can also be the poison. It all depends on what medicine or what foods that you're choosing to put inside of your body. So those are the best solutions that I can offer. You know what I mean? But and a body that's in an alkaline state cannot die, nor can it contract any diseases or any unhealthy conditions. So if you can keep your pH level between 6.5 and 7.5, you're good, you're straight, can nobody mess with you. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs and let's get on up out of here. All right. Some people were born on this glorious March 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are special. They are special because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box. My man, go-getter number one. That's my man. He's always active on the show and a true go-getter from the heart. And that's my man that always makes us laugh when he comes in and he don't know how to comment without saying something funny. My man, Donald McKeever. Don McKeever, Detroit's finest. Don McKeever, living on the west side of Pennsylvania. Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers fan. It's all good, though. It's all love. Happy birthday, Don. Donald Mack, my other brother from another mother, Donald Mack, word up. Happy birthday turning Deuce Nichols, 55 years old, word up. And Catrice Lewis, my people's Catrice, turning 42 years old today. I can't believe she turned 42 years old today. She was so young when I met her. She was so young. So young. Happy birthday, Mom. And also Angela Williams. Happy birthday to you, Angela. Angela Williams. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, and Christopher McIntyre, yes, turning 48 years old today. Yes, Jamaican Crash. Yes, yes. You can tell you're Jamaican too. Look at those colors. And Ozioma Ebir Rolis turning 30. I mean, no age. And Shakti Sterner turning 33 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And my girl Beverly Johnson turning 52 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Beverly. And my girl from back in the day used to have me trooping all the way down to South Philly, risking my life. Tamika Morale. 20th and Snyder Street. Man, had my nose open like this. Turning 48 years old today. And last but not least, Elizabeth Hayes. Happy birthday to you, Elizabeth Hayes. I'm going to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on into the damn, to rock out, rock on into the damn, rock out, rock on into the damn thing and do the thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings and do your thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, is that my Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world? Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world? Oh, shit, it's March 12th. I'm all the way ahead of the game. My bad. Yo, I got chill. My bad. Not March 13th. Subtract everything I said and put 12th on it instead of 13th. And here we go. My bad. I'm ahead of the game. You know what I mean? Coronavirus got me tripping. All right. Yo, like I was telling y'all earlier, I pretty much did the outro when I was giving out some solutions. We got to, at times like this, just like at all times, we have to stick together. So you have to be around people that you know, that you love, that you trust, and that can give you valuable information and positive reinforcement, to whereas you feel like, if I'm going to have to weather the storm and be on lockdown, I would rather be weathering the storm and be in lockdown with these people. Yes, we may be arguing, fussing, and fighting by the time we finally get out of this quarantine or this martial law or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that I was here with y'all. You know what I mean? So that's how it's going down, y'all. Listen, take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, knowledge is power. Read those books. Learn how to research beyond Google. Google is the first step. Research is what happens when Google don't give you what you need. And you have to really research, baby. You got to research. This is a new condition, a new disease, 10 times more deadly than the flu, as they say. So this thing is just coming through, wiping cats out. I don't know what Tom Hanks and his wife is going to do. That NBA player, I don't know what they're going to do. I was watching MSNBC before I came on here. They was talking about, they tested 1,300 people yesterday in Seattle, and 100 of them came up positive. Like, come on, man. Yo, they bugging over there in Washington State. But at least they had the testing kits. We don't know who's walking around with nothing. That's how serious it is. When cats running around here with these masks on, man, that shit crazy. We used to only wear masks when we was robbing people from out of town as we was selling drugs. They were selling drugs, and I watched. I wasn't a lookout watcher, I was a customer. Not a real customer. I don't use drugs. But like, I didn't sell any drugs. All right, y'all. Okay, I reloaded. Listen, man. Listen to the beatbox. We're gonna get out of here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Please make sure that y'all hit that like button, hit the like button, make that like button equal to the people who are watching actively, and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you complete that action. Go to the thing that say the subscribe, and then press the notification bell, so every time we on, you don't have to be like, yo, I ain't know all right. So all right, let's get on the body here on that side. And then on this side,
Blog Talk Radio.
And we be back tomorrow, son. Hey, yo, we be back tomorrow, son. You know what I mean? Same bat time, same bat channel. We be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Peace.